Life is good when it feels right, like you know it should. Life is fine. Life is fine.
Alright, so the floor's done. I just have to cut off some of the rebar and I can begin dragging over logs and stacking them up. Unfortunately, it rained this morning quite a bit and everything's just a mud pit out here. I guess I'll start dragging the logs over today, even though it's muddy.
Making it complete with another one, making it complete.
So I got a little ahead of myself in building the floor. I still have 6 or 8 logs to peel. And of course, the first log I need is not peeled, so back to peeling logs. Probably won't be the last time I have to do this because I don't know if I have quite enough logs to make it as tall as I need it. So I may end up having to cut down some in the middle of summer and peel them. But that's all right.
Making it complete with another one, making it complete.
So I've been sitting here for the last 20 minutes trying to figure out how I'm going to get these big logs up there. Not just these, but the rest of them too. I've got a buddy that's going to come help me a couple days next weekend, but I'd like to get some of these up and going before then. I don't want to have to rely on a second set of hands, so I don't know. I've got about 5 different ideas. I just don't know which one will work and which one will be the easiest and least expensive. Alright, so I'll tell you some of my ideas. So first idea, I've got my tripod there. It's kind of tight back in there with the quad, but I can get the quad back in there and hook the winch up, pull this log closer, hook it up, winch it up, and eventually get it on like I did the other logs. It's a lot of work. It's pretty time consuming. You're moving the quad around a lot in tight spaces, and this quad does not have a turning radius, so that's the least. That's my last resort. I know it works. It just takes a lot of time, and I think there's easier ways to do it. So my next idea, and I saw this on another YouTube channel, got a big tree back there on one corner, and kitty corner to that I've got a big tree right here. I can put a cable between the two, 20-25 feet up in the air. I've got a big ladder and a pulley in the middle of that cable, which would basically be centered right over the floor there, 10-15 feet up in the air, and I can winch them up using the quad that way. A lot more room. If I had a 100-foot rope, I could do that a lot easier. but that requires getting a cable 20-25 feet up in the air and buying the cable and making sure the cable doesn't snap and break and fall on my head. So I'm not sure about that idea. The other idea is I can put pulleys. I've got a few trees. I've got a tree back in that corner there, and again I've got this tree. I can put pulleys there, and that will help me move the logs around, around this area a whole lot easier, rather than having to get my quad up in some tight spaces and turn it around and all that good stuff. So I might end up just buying a couple pulleys, one there, maybe one over here, and use the pulleys to maneuver the logs into position, and then use the tripod to lift it up still. I don't know, I'm going to sit here a while longer and think about it. Alright, so I decided I'm just going to do it. I'm going to muscle them up there however I can. I can sit around all day trying to think of a plan, and a wise man once told me you don't get paid to sit around and think of plans. So I'm going to use the quad to get them in place, use the quad on the winch to maneuver them closer to the tripod, use the tripod to winch them up, and hopefully that will work.
Life is good. Life is good. When it feels right, like you know it should. Life is fine.
Okay, first log is ready to be scribed. I'm done, man. I'm tired. Probably 4 or 5 o'clock right now. Been out here for several hours. It's a lot to do by yourself. So I'm happy with this. It's kind of wet and crappy out. I'm gonna go home, take a shower, get a good meal, and celebrate Saturday night. I'll come back out maybe tomorrow, definitely sometime next week. Scribe this one, get the second one up there, scribe that one, get those in place. And just keep going, I guess.